What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Q. It's Big Friendly. This is Real Spit. Welcome to day one.
OJ.
So for those who don't know, today, OJ's set, OJ's dead, has finally been settled.
You think his debt settled?
As much as his debt could be settled. I mean, the same way, like I said, the collections agency of karma and cancer.
They came and collected.
They came and collected what they could, and they closed out the account. That's just the way of it.
What kind of cancer he died from?
Colon.
Colon?
I believe colon. I mean, for that to, be what took down OJ.
All types of cancer is bad, but
Oh no, yeah, all types of cancer is bad. But, I mean, again,
sorry.
That's
Cancer eat your asshole out though?
yeah, horrible way to go.
No, for him, yeah, he deserved it.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. It depends on what you believe, though. So
I believe he did it.
I believe he had something to do with it. If he didn't do it himself, I mean, he might have.
Okay,
but like I said, to me, nobody really knows.
Okay, true.
Except
The people who were there and the people who got murdered.
Nicole and Ron.
I agree with you.
No,
But now,
really know who actually did the deed.
now, Joe. I mean, Q. You watch enough. 48 hours. You watch enough.
Not no word.
Okay, I know you don't know more, but what I'm saying is you watched enough.
Snitching motherfuckers.
Yeah, shut the fuck up and grab your lawyer. But I'm saying you've watched enough to understand that in murders like that, when you're stabbing someone, blood gets everywhere. The knife is gonna slip. It's gonna cut you. Now, once again,
More than likely.
the only three bloods they found at that location was Ron's, Nicole's, and OJ's mixed up, which means there's a certain time that blood can get together. Now, once again, I'm not saying there wasn't somebody else there, but I'm saying
I don't think he
OJ's
did it
blood
alone.
was
If he
on
did
the
it,
scene,
I don't think he
and
did it
his shoe
alone.
prints are on the scene. Now, with all that blood, only one set of shoe prints would be seen. You'd be seeing more than one shoe prints. I mean, the blood looked like a mini pool. It was everywhere. And there was only one set of footprints leaving. So if there was more than one person, is it feasible to say they would have stepped in the blood too at least once with all that blood?
You would think. I just think it's outlandish to think that he could have. Again, OJ was a bad man. He was not like some, well-trained assassin.
I'm not saying he
You know,
was.
but
Yeah,
no,
sure,
but
sure.
for two people, again, you're attacking two people with a knife, right? One of whom is a black belt.
Bad motherfucker.
Okay, now
Ron Goldman, rest in peace.
now,
I
here's
seen
the
some of
deal.
your karate tape. He was a bad boy, rest in
Now
peace.
here's the deal. If he goes for Nicole first, Ron's gonna do one of two things. He's either gonna help or he's gonna run.
I don't see him running.
I don't know the man. I couldn't tell you whether he'd stay or run. I can tell you that if he fought one of, like again, it had to be more than one person.
I'm not saying it
You know what
wasn't.
I mean? I would bet multiple people. Like, just because, like, dude, the chances of one of them not getting away and running while the other one's being attacked. Unless he's some sort of
I'm like, bitch, I got warrants. I'm out of here.
or OJ, what I'm saying, was secretly, like the ninja Gaiden and just jumped out like,
So,
no, dude,
So,
no.
okay,
There was
so
more
let's
than
go.
one person there.
Okay.
Was OJ there? If
Okay.
his blood was there, he had to have been.
okay,
But, dude, was he the only one there, man? Logic tells me
Okay.
no.
who was driving the Bronco?
Who fucking knows?
AC Collins, right?
Well, you mean on the freeway?
On the freeway.
Well, because they said the Bronco was there. But, on the freeway, AC was driving.
Okay, so now he was the only person willing to go grab his friend, knowing his friend was wanted for double murder, all that stuff, and still drove him on the freeway and was brazen enough to call 911 and tell him who he was. So let's go with your premise. Who else would be willing to help OJ kill Nicole? Would be AC.
They said OJ's son might have been one.
But he was at work, and that's been proven. No, what's
I haven't gone as in depth as you have.
Yeah.
He knows this shit. But
OJ did that shit, and it's because that motherfucker, Mark Furman, if you just would have said, I said the nigger word one time, God rest OJ's soul, he'd have died behind fucking bars. All because
Maybe.
and here's the thing though.
And if Marsha Clark had brought on a leather expert,
that was Darden, Christopher Darden,
but she was in charge.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
But listen,
like I don't give a fuck whether it was his responsibility.
I agree.
It was her responsibility to make sure he was
I
handling
agree.
his shit.
And here's the thing I'm going to tell you. Here's the thing I'm going to tell you. And I agree with you because they had.
These motherfuckers were so worried about their fucking newfound stardom that they fucked that case all up.
Here's the thing, Joe. Well, they only put Christopher Darden on the case because he was black. They tried to make it not be a racist thing. And Christopher Darden dropped the ball.
And because he was giving Marsha Clark the high hard.
Oh, I would have been fucking do Marsha Clark. She didn't look good, but her body, bro. She was a stripper.
She didn't.
But her body was banging back then. I would have been fucking Marsha too. I don't care. Give me some of that LA County.
She's a butterface.
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 Hey, baby. There's a reason why God. There's a reason why. There's a reason why God made doggy style. I don't give a fuck. She got that LA County prosecutor money. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. I was in the hood last night. Some shit went down.
Look, man. Don't get it twisted, man. We've all woke up in the gutter one morning or another.
I'm not worried about a sea donkey.
No. But my
a sea donkey with benefits like that.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, dog. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. I'm just saying we done fucked.
No, look. I'm not 25 no more. I'm not 18. Hell, I'm not even 35 no more. Like you got to do something for me. Like, I just can't be fucking. You know what I'm saying? I can't be fucking like groundhogs and shit. Like
I wouldn't fuck Marsha Clark now.
Not to say that. Oh,
but you were in
I
here.
actually have to have an attraction to you to achieve erection.
No.
I do.
No, listen.
That is me.
You said now, right?
Yeah,
you said now, right?
Now. I'm not talking about like earlier in life.
But when Marsha Clark was prosecuting the O.J. Simpson case, we was both like 16, 17. Our dicks got hard when the wind blew.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about a different time, obviously.
No, of course. I wouldn't mess with Marsha Clark now. But I'm saying back then, the way she looked, because that was the big thing. Everybody was going off because she was like a topless dancer before she became a prosecutor. That's how she paid her way through college and through law school. So underneath those suits, bro, she had a banging body. If you know what I'm saying.
She was a day shifter, I guarantee it.
Well, regardless, come on, man. We've seen some ugly strippers at the club, man. Anyway, back to what I was saying. We'll get. Let's get off Marsha Clark because none of us want to get on her. So let's get off her. But this is what I'm saying.
With that.
What?
Got me picturing Marsha Clark with her clothes off.
Hey. You try to, man, she had a body when she was prosecuting that case.
Hey, you put her in some kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like Beaver Vendetta mask or some shit, cover her face.
You lying.
Okay.
You lying. See, here's why I know you lying. Because once again, at that age, me and you at that age,
I'm not that age. I'm talking from my age right now.
I'm saying, of course, I'm saying right now, 48, I wouldn't fuck Marsha Clark because I see what she looks like in her 70s. But I'm saying.
No, even when I was 17, I mean, again, it's not like
you would have fucked her. You would have fucked her. Marsha Clark walks in and offers you the panties back then, you'd have fucked her.
Oh, when I was 17, I just got out from doing 2 years in jail.
You would have fucked her.
I would have fucked just about anything.
So once again, what I'm saying is.
You know what I'm saying? Me and myself and I were real close.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying right now, I understand. But us being at 17, knowing some of the women we messed with at 17, Marsha Clark wouldn't have been, she would have been a little bit better. I did pretty good too, but I'm saying, we all fell off the horse.
When I first got out.
We all fell off the horse head first sometimes on purpose.
I never really had, I mean, again, like I said, we've all woke up in the mud or in the gutter.
But my original thing is.
But again,
here's the thing about
the problem. The problem is now, back then, I could have drank a bottle of Cisco and pretty much done anything to anybody, any woman, no diddy. Want to make that straight.
Very straight. Straight and narrow.
I mean, and it's not even a matter of standards so much. It's a matter of back then, my dick was in charge. My brain only had so much to do when it came to certain areas, right? Now it's the other way around. Because if my brain ain't with it, Like my dick don't even like they don't even like call down to the boiler room. Like, hey, nah, we're not even gonna warm up the boilers. No, you know what? We'll save you from yourself.
We're on lunch.
I tell you, man. Like since I've been in my 40s, I've had several situations where I
This
like,
nigga
I
was
had an
going into a
opportunity.
Blue Chew commercial. Stay tuned.
It's not because it's like, to me now it's more mental.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's something that's telling me like
It's quality, not quantity.
Well, even then, it's not even the quality doesn't come from so much the outer shell, right?
It's the mental.
I mean, even though the outer shell is what you see, right?
It's the physical
But
attraction.
I've been in situations where I'm not gonna name names, but a while back, like I had an opportunity 2 nights in a row. 2 nights in a row
I know
where somebody that I wanted for years and wanted at that point super bad couldn't keep it to save my life. And I'm telling you, man, like I had never seen her with her clothes off or anything like that. Like everything was exactly what I would have I was just like, and I ain't never been so mad at my genitals before in my life. 2 nights in a row. She never fucked with me again on that level. Like, we're still good friends. But when I think about it, like that wouldn't have lasted between me and her. And then now I probably wouldn't be friends with her.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So everything happens for a reason?
Everything happens for a reason. So, you know what I mean?
God works
there
in
have been times where
mysterious
it's
ways.
like, man, oh, somebody I really like, they give it up to me. And then it's like, they act weird the next day and I don't. And it's
Vice
like,
versa.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know how to separate.
No, for sure. I know.
But at the same time, everybody's not me. And I get that, but you know, it's like when I could have avoided it because my very first feeling on the subject was it's a bad idea. I want to do it, but it's a bad idea. Yeah, it's gonna, it'll be fun right now, but it's a bad idea.
Well, it's not about.
And that's exactly what ended up happening.
Like you said, some of the shit that we did, just some of the scams and licks we pulled. We thought it was gonna be fun. We did it, then afterwards we're like, damn, man, what the fuck?
And even I mean, like, none of it changed my life. I mean, it helped in the moment.
Yeah.
But I ain't got shit to show for any of that now.
No.
And bro, I pulled some big fucking ones. You know what I'm saying? I've done some shit.
Both have.
Yeah. So I mean,
done some.
But it's not worth it in the end.
No.
Because
like you said,
yourself out there like that.
Like you
I
said,
mean, for the rest of my life, I
gotta look over my shoulder.
You got
not
necessarily maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And like you said,
just a maybe.
But you just said, like you said, you came up on a big one, and like you said, I got nothing to show for it. So once again, it goes back to what the OGs were telling us.
I got a lot to show for it. I got nothing to show for it now.
It goes back to what the OGs told us back in the early '90s when we were out there doing stupid shit. Remember, fast money leaves as fast as you got it.
Oh yeah. So
that's why now at our age, now we're older, we work, we can hold on to money because we understand what it's like earning that money. But let's circle back to the OJ thing.
Easy come, easy blown.
Let's go back. And Diddy would know all about it. Get a hold of him. He'll tell you.
Ooh, take that.
And he will give it to you. So let's go back to what you were saying about the leather, right? They actually had, what were those gloves called?
Isotoners.
Okay.
That's what he used to.
Yes,
isotoners
because it was his thing. They actually had an isotoner specialist who sold those gloves to Nicole on there. So, like, you're right. Why they didn't ask her then when they had her on the stage, like, is there any way that your leather could shrink? But let's just think this. Let's just go with this. If these people are prosecutors, we have to assume they went to college, they studied, they have an education higher than ours, right?
Right.
In 10th grade science, they explain to you, you wet leather, it shrinks. In 10th grade, they explain that.
Yeah. But
So
it's not just wet.
I know, but it's blood.
It's soaked in blood, and it's been
stayed in moisture
for months in a fucking
years.
Oh, was it years by then?
Yeah.
But in a fucking evidence bag.
And sealed. That moisture just stayed there. So it just shrunk the whole time. And you're talking about a man who has arthritis and knuckle issues. If he doesn't do what the one guy says, which I believe that, doesn't take his arthritis medicine, his shit swells because of inflammation. You couldn't get those gloves on anyway. And then here's another thing. Remember, Q, I'm sorry, Q, they also put plastic gloves on before they put the leather gloves on. So that took up even more space in the glove.
If you say my name, just say my name.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Don't,
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because again,
it fucks up.
It just,
okay.
I gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like right here, this is all getting cut out.
So once again, Q, if you go off education, then they must have missed a class one day. Because anybody who passed 10th grade science knows that leather shrinks in moisture and water. But I still think it all falls back to Mark Furman. Once they knew Mark Furman lied on the stand, how do you convince anybody else to believe anything else? And he just so happened to be the person who found the glove. So now, if I can sit here and totally discredit you on something you said behind closed doors on tape, and you're not willing to say what you did and lie, how can I take your word that you honestly found that glove or you found that glove? But we all know OJ did that shit.
But again, Bob, at the end of the day, he was guilty in some way. He was guilty in some way. No matter how you think he was guilty in some way. But he was found not guilty. They wrote the book, which was basically the book. What the book was.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
That's what the book was,
Joe,
to the justice system. Because for those who don't know, the double jeopardy law says that once you've been acquitted of a crime, they can never try you for that crime again.
Hence the book.
So if you get found innocent for killing your neighbor and come out the next day and do an interview on TV and say, "Ha ha, I did it," there ain't nothing they can do to you. There's nothing. You'll look bad. There's nothing they can do to you because they've already found you innocent. You've already been acquitted.
Well, you've already been tried.
So you could literally, it's just like that movie. You ever seen the movie Double Jeopardy?
Yeah, with Ashley Judd.
Ashley Judd. Yeah. And she ends, she gets convicted for killing her husband. Who faked his death. She finds him and kills him in the middle of the street. They couldn't do nothing to her.
And if you think about
already
it,
done your time.
Here's the thing, though. Here's another thing, though. Faking your death is a crime too. So so she pops him because of Double Jeopardy. But if she really wanted to fuck him, I'd have popped him in his leg and then called the police. But then again, now that's assault, so that's a new charge. Now, if she just pops him and calls him, it's a new charge. So I'm gonna kill you because I've already been convicted and did my time for murder. And right now, you're the fugitive, not me.
The worst she get is a parole violation for handling a gun.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's all she get.
Yeah,
and story.
But the murder.
You know what I mean?
But that was a good movie.
No, that was a good movie. But it proves my point. The book was more. It was money. Now you're saying the Goldman family said they never got paid, but at the end of the day, that's at least the narrative that was painted when he wrote the book, because he just paid for all these lawyers, he just paid the Goldmans and the Simpsons. He's he had to make some money, but at the same time, it was a middle finger to the justice system.
Here's the funny thing about
that. I did do it, even
this
though
is
he
why
didn't say I did do it.
This is why the Goldmans went after the book, because that was the only thing. So when he did the book deal, the book company wasn't really too high on it.
I can't imagine they would.
No, but he outsourced an independent writer. So his publishing company was like, yeah, you can write it. We ain't publishing it. Like, do what you want to do on your own time, but we're not publishing it. So the woman gave it to another dude. A Raul dude, some Spanish dude who's a writer. And for some reason, his publishing fucked with him and let him write the book. So the Goldmans go up and they snatch the rights to the book. Like, hey, this is how we can get some of our money back. Then I seen an interview with Ron Goldman. It was like one of those like anniversary things or whatever. You know how it is. Right. Because I watch all that stuff about OJ because, like I said, man, I got nothing personally against that dude, but that fucking dude is guilty. He's as guilty as the day is fucking long. I don't care. If he could not afford all them fucking lawyers, if he could not afford a $5 million lawyer team, God rest his soul, we be watching OJ carried out in jail in a hearse, going to the cemetery where there's no name. But he had the money. Once again, Johnny Cochran and all them played the atmosphere and everything perfectly with the city and the way the city was going through with blacks and cops. Just because, and I ain't gonna get into the race shit, but we all know being in LA, fucking with the LA sheriffs, fucking with Crash, fucking with the gang units, they're the most crookedest motherfuckers walking the streets. I'd rather be hanging out with the drug dealers and murderers because at least I know what they're about.
Shit, back in the day, Long Beach Metro.
Oh, Lakewood sheriffs.
No, Lakewood sheriffs have always been that way.
But I'm saying, remember when they used to patrol North Long Beach?
Well, yeah, that was before Metro though.
That's what I'm saying.
But when Metro came and they had just those plain cars with the little stamp on the side and just the light, the thing light and
the Capri Classics.
Yeah, no, they weren't Caprice.
Oh,
they were,
the Crown Royals.
Yeah, they were Crown Royals.
Or Crown Victorias. Crown Victorias.
Yeah. Crown Victorias. But they were the old, like the older kind of
the big box one, the big square round ass ones.
But yeah, they used to. I mean, they used to just. I mean, if you just looked a certain way, they'd stop you and take a picture of you, ask you where you're from. Just Polaroid. You know, they Polaroid you. Oop.
Yep. It's from the gang books. And they were.
And we used to just walk around, like, you know what I'm saying, like. Just walk around, not really even doing anything.
Here's the funny thing.
And they must have had at least 8 or 10 fucking Polaroids of me in there. And I would always tell them, like, you know, I ain't from no fucking
How
gang.
did that change? Remember when we were young growing up in Long Beach? If you were 3 or more, you were considered a gang? They could stop you if you were 3 or more walking down the street?
Metro pulled up on me. I was sitting on my porch with my boy Ryan, just me and Ryan, 2 people. And we were probably like 14, 15. We were just sitting on my porch doing nothing. You know what I mean? Bored. Like a summer day. And Metro cop pulls up and like calls us over. What are you guys doing? Sitting on my porch? You live here? Yeah. Who you live with? My grandparents. You know what I mean? Like you ain't never been called out to this house for no bullshit.
And you're not supposed to question a minor anyway.
No, they're not. But again, this we're talking about, you know, late 80s, early 90s. They didn't give a fuck. But really,
they got body cameras on now and don't give a fuck.
I realized later on, they every time I was with Ryan, they used to fuck with me because Ryan was a shit starter. Ryan was like one of them dudes, like
Jason.
Not Jason.
Jason got us into a lot of unnecessary fights.
Ryan wasn't like disturbed like Jason.
Okay.
Like he started a lot of shit, but it was more with his mouth. Okay. Like he used to, like, you know, he was famous for, like, you know, claiming different gangs and stuff that he was, you know, never in, but knew people from. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like different ones.
The Transformer like type.
You know, because like he was in Long Beach forever. Well, that's how, you know.
Is that the one that passed away or the other one?
No, Ryan's still alive.
Which one passed away? The one I met who drove the van.
Oh, you're talking about Chris.
Chris. Okay, I'm sorry. I was getting.
He drove the Camaro.
But when we hung out with him, he was in that van.
No. You're thinking about Mike. That was Mike. Mike's still alive.
Oh, okay. Once again, my bad. Okay. No. Mike had the van we hung out with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris was the one with the Camaro, and he had.
He had
the Desert Eagle in his little.
I think I only met him once. I'm getting Chris and Mike confused.
But no. So no, they used to fuck because Ryan was a shit starter, and he didn't he wasn't a punk. Like he had hands, but he wasn't. You know, all at the same time, he wasn't the gangster he portrayed himself to be. You know what I mean? So, you know, we were all young, stupid. You know, like I said, I was a tag along little wannabe. You know what I mean? Ryan was like a year, maybe 2 years older than me. So, like, I always tagged along with this motherfucker. Yeah. Man. You know what I mean? He was my big homie. But the cops would always fuck with us, the Metro cops especially. You know what I mean? Because one of the Metro cops lived like 3 or 4 blocks around, and like one of our friends lived like right down the street. Yeah. His name was Mark. That's all I remember. He was a dick. A dick. He fucking couldn't stand under the fucking neighborhood kids, man. Couldn't stand us. I don't blame him. We were assholes. But
right? Yeah,
we were all badass.
The 80s was, the 80s.
It's a different time because, I mean, the neighborhood kids wasn't just the kids on your block. They were kids within like a 10 block area.
80s was this. You were breaking windows and you were raiding fruit trees. If any fruit tree was in the front yard, plums, lemons, oranges, grapefruits, fucking pomegranates. Pomegranates were everywhere in Long Beach, and kumquats and all those like.
It was most like, to me, the ones that were accessible were the
apples,
pomegranate trees,
the apple
and the plum trees, because they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What a lot of the Asian houses would have the fruit trees in the back, and they overgrow over the fences, so you. My boy Gap that I went to school with lived around the corner from me. His parents had a banana tree in their backyard. They had pomegranate.
Yeah.
They had all that shit. We used to go pick them off the side because they just hang over the fence, the pomegranates.
There was this guy. He had a pomegranate tree on Atlantic, and he had a kumquat tree, and loquat. Is it loquat?
I don't know.
It was a kumquat and some other quat. I know he had those, and he had a pomegranate tree, and we used to go there, and I mean, do damage. We would pick the tree, and half the tree would fall. We'd squish the other half just from being dumb little kids and ignorant little kids being disrespectful.
What was it called?
I think they were called loquats and kumquats. They look like little small oranges, but they're real tarty. But they're small, and they're smaller than tangerines.
I ain't even nothing called a kumquat.
Well, no diddy, but there's an actual thing.
I know
And
it is.
and they're like this big. They're like little oranges, but they're tart. They're like tart instead of sweet. But anyway, we used to go to this dude's house, and we would just, because it was in the front yard. Well, it was like this. So you're walking down Atlantic, and you remember if you're coming out of the back of the project, so you come out Atlantic. So if you're walking this way out of the projects, you bank that right to head north, going to Jordan.
Yeah.
Just as you pass, there would be like the barbershop, Sal's barbershop.
Yeah.
Well, then there was a house there before the apartments. There was a house in between there. I know. I'm just saying, I know. Well, right there at the gate was a pomegranate tree, a kumquat tree, and a loquat tree. So they basically just hung, like you said, on the street. Yeah. So we would never go in his yard.
No, you
just but us picking it on this side would make stuff drop on the other side.
Right.
So one day, we're out there, and he comes out, and he's like, hey, what are you guys doing? He's like, hey, look, how about I do this? Because you guys are, like, destroying half my tree. He wasn't mad. He was just like,
right,
you're destroying the other half. There's no one's going to get none. So he was like, how about I do this? How about every day I'll just leave a box for you guys outside? Like, So sure enough, we come by. Hey, man, you may not be alive. I don't know. But, bro, thank you every day, bro. Like, I'm talking big old box of pomegranates, big old box of fucking kumquats, big old fucking box. Just like every fucking day when it was in season, I'm saying. Right. So once again, his attitude was like, I can't stop these kids because we're not going in his yard, but we're still ruining what's in his yard.
Right.
So his attitude was like, here, bro, I'll just give you all this because I'm going to go out here and pick off. So, dude, like during the season, we just go by there. We'd be coming home. My mom like, where do you get that? Oh, the guy on Atlantic, he gives them to us. Mm-hmm. I'm sure my mom already knew, because you guys are probably been fucking up his yard. Because, like you said, growing up, you knew where the lemon trees were, the orange trees, the apple trees, the plum trees, and you would go hit them up during the season. But that guy, once that guy was hooking us up, the neighborhood had to love him, not knowing, because we weren't coming around no more, because we could go to this guy's house once a day and just get...
No, there used to be a plum tree down the street from my house. My grandma used to send me to pick plums off of it.
Right.
Hanging over the fence. She loved plums.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
We always had plums in our fridge, like from the grocery store.
Summertime, kids walking down the street with bags of fruit. Yeah. Like that, you went to the pool. You go to the pool on the way home. You raid every fruit tree on the way home.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and kids nowadays, you guys don't understand. Like, for instance, yesterday I'm at the mall, and I'm talking shots out to Lily at Lids for taking care of me and making my big friendly shirt. Shots out to Cali Customs Mike for getting me some breaking bread with big friendly shirts, and he got the real spit with Q and Big Friendly. So shots out to all you guys for really taking care of us and coming through in the clutch.
Good looking.
But that's what you kids don't. So yesterday I'm talking to Lily, and she's 21, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, yeah, when you're a teenager, she's like, yeah. I'm like, how old are you? She's like 21. I'm like, you were just a teenager 2 days ago. That doesn't count. But I was explaining to her like how she was, because I was telling her the mall, when we were 15, 16, the mall was the $20.
Oh,
and the mall.
Oh, dude.
And so here's the thing. Oh. So here's what I told her. I said, you wanted $20, enough to get something to eat, something to drink, and to buy a tape. Like that's all you need. That was you.
My thing was.
But real quick, so I told Lily,
go see a matinee.
Yeah, a movie.
Grab something to eat
and get a tape. Exactly.
Every weekend.
You know me. We were on the hunt. We were on the hunt for girls. You were too. So the thing with the mall was you got your cleanest shoes on, your cleanest fit. You got your kitchen curl, every curl just
you
perfect.
coordinating with your boys on the phone. Now you didn't have cell phones back then, so
hey mom, I'm on the phone. Please hang up.
Hang up. Hey, call. Hey, call you. Hey, you call so and so on 3-way.
Yeah.
I'll call so and so on 3-way.
Yeah.
And you be conference calling like they be on the phone with 5, 6 motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. What bus you taking? Okay, what time you catching?
All right, I'm gonna meet you at this
we all
connection.
end up at the same place at the same time, at the same mall, and just
and the mall
blast.
will look like New York Central Avenue, just people everywhere, girls everywhere. Like you go to the mall, that's how you used to sharpen up your game. You go to the mall and you want to get at girls because they were in a group. So here's how you had to test your marbles. You wasn't just gonna walk up to one girl and talk to her. You had to walk up to the crowd, entertain the crowd to get the one you wanted to talk to be more interested. Nowadays, you can swipe right or left. It just takes away from the experience. Like I was telling her, the social environment, the getting up and getting dressed, like you said, calling your boys. Hey, don't. All right, what are you wearing? Yeah, man. Okay, well, I'm not gonna wear that thing because I was gonna wear that color. I'm gonna wear this. Like,
I mean, the whole deal, just huddling up over the phone. You know what I'm saying? Walking to the bus stop, taking the bus,
getting that transfer.
You know what I'm saying? Getting that transfer, pulling up on the next bus stop, and you see your boy, and you know, okay, he made it the right time.
Right.
You know what? It's just one of those things. It was just part of the routine. And like I said, every week,
and
I would
back
go see a
then,
new movie in the morning.
There was no cell phone.
Get something to eat. Hit up the fucking warehouse or either the warehouse or Goodies and find
or Blockbuster Music
or Blockbuster sometime. No, Blockbuster Music wasn't a thing back then. What? It was a warehouse.
It was a warehouse.
It was Sam Goodies. It would, and then they had other, little record stores and stuff in there. I mean, that's back when every record store still had vinyls.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's when CDs were new. Like
Blockbuster Music didn't come out till we got to like high school. That's when Blockbuster Music hit. Was that the one right there on Clark in Candlewood? Or what is that?
Lakewood.
And it was right on the corner.
Because between Delabo and Candlewood, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
And that one that was right on the
warehouse. That was the warehouse.
That turned into Blockbuster Music.
Yeah.
That's where I met, rest in peace, Easy at.
Yeah. I never met nobody in there, but I bought a lot of tapes in there. But
I
go to Cerritos Mall on the weekends, and
Torrance.
I want to say it was Sam Goodies in Cerritos Mall that I would go to because they had a little machine in there, and you gotta remember we're talking about tapes. For those of you who don't know what tapes are, your babies, fuck you. So
fuck tapes. Go ask your parents about an 8-track.
No, they had this little machine with headphones, and it would.
I remember that
you could make your own little fucking cassette single.
Yep.
And it would have an A side and a B side.
Yep.
And I sometimes I get one of those in a tape, or I get a couple of singles, cassette singles.
Yep.
And they had the A side and the B side. Like
they'd have like 2 songs and instrumentals.
Like yeah. Like before I bought the BBD tape, the whole tape, I bought the Poison single because it had the B side with the little mix on the back with the little blend of the songs on the album. That's when I bought the tape.
If you remember,
when I was like, oh okay.
I used to buy the CD singles. That's how we started writing our music to all the CD singles because all the singles had the instrumental, and you were like, Friendly, you got a ton of instrumentals in here, don't you? That's how we started writing music. Was to my instrumentals.
CD
but I'm saying because, like I said, back then,
were singles, and
that's what I'm saying.
The B side would be instrumental. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Even when the CDs first came out, I used to have a lot of singles before the album came out because you go by the single.
Yeah.
And then the single would have the instrumental. It'd always have 2 songs and the instrumentals on them.
Yeah.
So I remember the first night we ever wrote music, and you were like, "Hey, Friendly, hey, give me that single right there because you got instrumentals on those singles."
The LV single.
Yep, the LV. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's how it all started. But and since we're going and when it comes to that, and when it comes to like the music, and it comes to how it was back then, like you said, $20 going to the mall with $20, like man. You were king.
I mean, you buy a tape for like $8, like a whole
$5.
album.
You can buy
no, it was like
was it $8? It was
like $8, but you can get it. A matinee movie was like $2.75.
That's true.
It was only like about the same for a drink in the movie. I never bought food or stuff in there, and then I go buy some food and a tape afterwards.
But back
and
then,
and then take the bus home.
but like you said, but back then, when you go to McDonald's, you can go to a Big Mac value meal for $3.99.
Oh, easy, all day long.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and they were called value packs, not value meals.
My thing was like, I could go get a slice at that pizza spot.
Yeah, what is that?
Get a slice for like $1 or $1.50.
What is that place called? That shit it's in every mall.
I can see the sign, but I can't.
It's red, red and green. Yeah, it starts with an R.
Talking about
starts with an R.
Anyway, yeah, I ain't been there in years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd go. If I'm at Lakewood Mall, I go there, or Cerritos Mall. I can't remember. I
remember Long Beach Mall.
Cerritos Mall. I would go see the movie, go get my tape, and then hop on the bus and go home because it was a longer ride.
I remember Long Beach Mall.
I barely ever went to Long Beach Mall.
Oh, really?
Barely ever went to Long Beach Mall.
See, here's the funny thing. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, the Long Beach Mall, that was the mall my mom took us to go shopping as a kid. Because, I mean, now I know, God rest my mom and father's soul, but I didn't know as a kid because my father had accounts at the JCPenney and Ward's and all that in those malls. So, my mom would take us there to go school shopping. So, we go school shopping, and my mom would put that shit on. Well, we thought it was on hold. Those kids were kids. We didn't know. But she was putting it on my dad's account.
Right.
Then my dad would come back later
and get it
and go get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but we were going to like Ross, Ward's, like JCPenney's, like back when these were like the stores to go to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but shoes, it wasn't until like junior high school, we started getting like.
Oh yeah. No,
it was Stadias.
It was like fucking Zips and
Zips and Roos and Stadias.
Any kind of shoes you could find at Kmart.
Yep. Or Zodi's. Remember Zodi's?
Zodi's? My mom worked at Zodi's.
Zodi's and Kmart is now your guys' Ross. Sorry.
Basically.
That's just what it was. But Kmart was the first place. When you would go to Kmart as a kid, Kmart had a place. Was it pizza and a hot dog you could get and a soda?
They always had a food place. It just changed.
But only Kmart had that. Back then,
now Target's got it.
No, I know, but I'm saying back then. But back then it was only Kmart. That's why you loved about going with Kmart, because you go with your mom to Kmart, and if you were good, you'd get a toy, and she would stop and get you
an icy or something.
Icy or exactly. Same thing with Thrifties. If you were good, you got a Thrifties ice cream cone on the way out. It was incentives to behave. And that Thrifties ice cream,
still good.
Oh, it's still out there. You go to what is it? CVS, I think it is. That's Thrifties. That ice cream is the ice cream we talking about. That's the ice cream that kept kids good for as long as you were in Thrifties. And Thrifties is CVS. That's all Thrifties was.
Yeah, and that's who bought out Thrifties.
I know, but what I'm saying is, but Thrifties was that. And then there was Alpha Beta and Stater Brothers.
Yeah.
Like, that was our, like, Winco and Walmart, Stater Brothers and Alpha Beta and stuff like that.
Alpha Beta's still around. It's just not around here.
Oh, is Alpha Beta still around?
Yeah, as far as I'm sure. As far as I know. There used to be... Oh, wait a minute, hold up. I'm thinking about Albertsons. My bad. I was thinking about Albertsons, not Alpha Beta. My bad.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about Albertsons. That's right.
Well, say, man, you almost had me excited. Like, I want to go see Alpha Beta just to take me.
No, I was thinking about Albertsons.
Even Albertsons.
Because there used to be Albertsons up here a long time ago.
Oh, like there was Albertsons in Long Beach. Like I said, like...
No, I know there is. It's right there in Bixby Knolls.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that. Like, you always say. You always say, friendly, you're that nostalgic. Is it nostalgic? Is that the word?
You're nostalgic.
You're nostalgic. And so it's like, for me, like, when you say... Like... Q is always on me about certain things I'm watching, because he's like, why are you watching this? It's because it takes me back to a time where I felt the most safe and comfortable. When you're a kid, I'm the youngest of 5. I have 3 older sisters, a brother, and a mother. So when I was at home as a kid, my sisters and my brothers did everything. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is with you? You're just super easily, like, entertained.
My mom said that.
You're easily you entertain yourself easily. Like you could still laugh just as hard at an episode of Married with Children as you laughed at it like the 300 times you've watched it. Knowing you know it word by word. He could watch a movie. And by the way, don't ever go to a movie. You want to talk about stereotypical. Don't blame me. Don't blame the messages. This is not a racial thing for me, but he's stereotypical. he would take his shoes off and put his feet up and laugh louder than the movie, and then talk for 10 minutes while laughing about the 2 seconds he's laughing about. So you miss the whole theater misses that 2 minutes of him. He said,
I'm Cape Fear.
He said,
He never lied.
That is going to the movies with Big
And
Frankie.
since, hey, listen,
I might have to put that on camera.
he ain't never lied. Hey,
I
listen,
promise
he ain't never lied.
you gotta not be easily embarrassed to be in public with this man. Sometimes.
He ain't never lied. When it comes to movies, that's why when me and Q, we discuss going to the movies, the first thing Q says is, I'm not going to the movie with you unless you've watched it 10 times already. Because I already know how you're going to act. I am bad. And since Q brought up movies, Mary Jane, when you see this, can you please comment down low and let them know if I'm lying? So, since he brought up movies, and I'm very bad at the movies, me and my daughter's mother went to go see Murder at 1600 when Murder at 1600 came out. Have I told this story before?
Not on camera, but
okay,
I've heard it.
Yeah, I know you have, but since he brought up how bad I am at movie theaters,
Oh my God.
so me and my daughter Faith's mother Mary, on our first date, we go to the Lakewood Center South.
I don't know which one you went to.
It's the one that's not the one that's facing us, the one that's on the side,
Yeah,
the one that's on
South.
Delamo. Okay, we went to Lakewood Center South to go see Murder 1600. It's our first date. We go in, we stop, we get something to drink, we get popcorn. Now, Mary's wearing a black cocktail dress. I mean,
is this integral to the story? Because
yeah,
you tend to ramble on
so,
about the small details.
So while we're watching the movie, there's a couple behind me. I don't know them, they don't know me. During the movie, I'm making comments to Mary, but loud enough, because I'm loud, that everybody in the movie theater can hear
He's
it.
acting like, see, the way he's saying it, it's like he's like, oh, yeah. Dude, what? No. I guarantee you that.
But more.
Guaranteed.
But more.
I have no doubt.
But more, I was a little bit more calm because I was with a girl on a date. I was more just making smart aleck fucking jokes about the situations. And the couple behind me were laughing. They would make smart aleck remarks and we would start laughing. So after a few minutes, I hear, I don't care if I'm being loud. I paid my money to see this movie like you paid your money to see this movie. I'll talk if I want. That's not me talking. I never turned around. That's people behind me. So after a minute or two of that, we go back to doing the same thing. And all of a sudden, anybody who's ever been in a situation and heard someone get punched but never see it, you know it's a distinct sound. As I'm sitting in the movie theater, I hear, I told you, don't touch my seat. The hit. I don't turn around. I hear something else. I turn around. I get punched. These guys are fighting. And then I get punched. All because of my mouth talking to someone. It turned into a brawl. A big brawl. But I was the only one sitting on the car with Mary Jane when the police showed up. Because I got the fuck out of there quick. So, yes, I'm not a person you want to go to the movies with. But it don't matter.
It just is what it is. If the camera ain't on you, I don't necessarily want to go to a restaurant with you either.
Yeah.
No, you know what? You're not bad in a restaurant unless you're with like your family.
Yeah, we're loud.
And then and again, I know it, so it's like I'm not. It doesn't bother me none. But like your birthday last year, and Faith was just, she was just appalled.
Yeah.
Like you would think that
she just met me.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, have you not met your family? I'm sitting here like this is nothing new.
And she's loud herself. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, but again, it just comes with the different upbringing. You know
I understand.
So, but it's funny to me because your your stereotypical behavior is not just, it's funny because you're also like, the
I know
opposite
you're-
of that.
I was gonna say I
sometimes.
know
Like,
you're
you're
going
not-
with it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're also like the opposite of that sometimes. Like I've been in a lot of black families' homes,
Yeah.
and a lot of homes where the mother's white,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean, father's black, or you know where both are black. I'll put it to you like this: your house in the projects with your mom, and Jason's house where he lived in Lakewood with his mom and dad, right? Or mom and stepdad. Their Kool-Aid was sweet.
Oh, you gonna keep going on this bland
Your
Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid is black. This is the only man I've ever
He's
seen in my
lying.
life that grew up in the ghetto and complains about how sweet the Kool-Aid is.
I never complained he's lying.
Oh,
now.
you.
Okay, one time I complained about the Kool-Aid being too sweet. Okay, one time. You ain't gotta tell me one time. Okay. Listen,
Look. I am Caucasian, and I love sweet Kool-Aid.
he put 2.5 cups of sugar.
2.5 cups in my ass. It was like a cup and a quarter.
Oh, okay, I don't know. It was more.
You gotta know more than the cup.
You put more than it
But
said.
what I'm saying is the Kool-Aid in Bob's
If I made it, it's not good.
like maybe 3/4 cup. You know what I mean? Like, did you just put the packet in?
He used to say,
Like, did you put sugar in this shit? Or did you mistake it with the salt again?
remember the one time my mom was like, Bobby, you want to make Kool-Aid for dinner? And you were like, no, I got it. And my mom was like, okay, Joey. I ain't never seen someone jump in front of a train so fast. Like, I just remember how fast you jumped up. Like, I got it. I'll make it. I got it. I got it.
Then drink the Kool-Aid he's going.
It was just hilarious.
And that goes to this day.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, you know, because you're black, but you're also Jewish.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And both of those, like, stereotypically, both of those. Like, you've got, compared to me, you've got amazing credit. You're not stingy, but you're frugal as a motherfucker. You could have $1,000 in your pocket, and you will still be like, I'm broke.
I remember.
You know what I mean,
I remember when you told who was it? Was it Liz?
Hey man, I'm saving. You know what I mean? Like, I think next, like, 10, 12, 20 years, I'm gonna die. So you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna save for that.
Was it Liz? When Liz was like, when you were like, Liz was like, Friendly's broke. You're like, Friendly ain't broke. When Friendly doesn't have the money he thinks he should have, he'll say he's broke. He said, but he probably got a couple thousand in his account right now.
He's thinking the chain reaction of this $20 is going to lead to him spending $40. It's going to lead to him spending $200.
But sometimes I do. You know, I can be splurgeful sometimes.
But you are. But it's on the weirdest shit, and it's like it's not a bad thing.
No, I know what you mean. No, I know.
But like, sometimes I'll be like, you are constantly fucking talking about how broke you are with your 8 job having ass, but you bought that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the 2 vans at the same time. I mean,
well, you listen. We already spoke because you said when I bought the first van, your exact words were, "You know what, Friendly, I'm proud of you because you haven't done no splurge buying, you haven't done no impulse buying." What was the orange van? I told you that was an impulse splurge buy.
That's a big ass impulse buy.
I know it is, but once again, compared to, like you said,
but not my money.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, like I said, but before that, you were praising me because I hadn't been doing that.
No, because you needed that. The whole reason you had that money is because you rented your van.
Someone rented me. Yeah, I rented my van. Yeah.
So you needed that. And if you had just bought that, you still had a gang of fucking money left over.
That's true.
To put into that because you ended up putting fucking. I don't know. I stopped keeping count how much money you spent on these.
You know, Joe, that's my problem.
Your problem is you have to buy something used so that you constantly have a reason to spend money to fix it. I don't know why. I will never get it. You could have spent way less money
on a brand new one. You told me
buying a brand new one and just paying a fucking car note because you can afford it. And something wrong? Bumper to bumper, take it the fuck in with your little. I think you like having a personal mechanic and having a reason to use him. Like you could have put his fucking kids through school by now.
I remember one month.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Jordan's an amazing mechanic.
Oh yeah,
love you to death, Jordan. But like, he's one of those things where it's like in life, not just him, but the way you deal with your vehicles, it's like you're not being frugal.
Yeah.
You do jobs where all you do is drive, but you buy the worst thing you could possibly buy on campus. Right. All he does for all of his jobs is drive all over this big ass, drawn out ass county. And he buys a fucking bubble top conversion that gets like, a half a mile to the gallon.
The Trailblazer.
And then the Trailblazer.
Faith broke that down.
And I understand. He does not fit well into a Honda. He'll fit, but it's tight. But, I mean, again, it's just like you're not frugal on the weirdest things.
Yeah,
but you're frugal, like, on other things. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a bill-paying motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You pay your rent. You do all that stuff. But, like just some things I'm like, how could you be so, and then so.
That hints what you say, though. You're just so opposite.
Like, I'm just.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a hot mess all the way around. You know what I mean? So it's a different thing. So I'm like.
It's one thing like, you said.
But it's not for me to understand.
But no, it goes back to what you said about when you said, like, friendly. I used to look at your rap lyrics, and I would be like, how does he have the first verse right next to the seventh, or how does he have the first line next to the seventh line, the second line down to the 15th line, but you put it together like you because like you said, it's just the way my brain works. Again,
though, not for me to understand.
No, I know. But I'm just saying it just goes back to
Eminem writes in circles.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just how people's minds work. So I have a particular way, but mine is more like ABC. You know what I'm saying? Like
you're more direct. You're more of a straight line kind of guy.
Concept, premise. Yeah.
You're more of a straight line. You don't cut corners. I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm saying
it's also me. I'm like one of the people like. Very rarely do I, and it's been so long since I've actually sat down and wrote music. You know what I'm saying? But like when I was doing what I did, I could write quick, but then I'm gonna go back over it, and I'm gonna, change words here, words there. You know what I mean? Give me, you know what I'm saying? Make sure my breaths are right. Because sometimes you wanna, you wanna do some vocal Olympics that you're really not conditioned to do.
Yeah.
So now, you know what I mean? It sounds like you're doing that if you do it.
Yeah.
So, rather than do that, go back and I thought that would sound good, but that don't really sound good. So I'm gonna go, instead of doing that, I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm gonna, take out the if, the and, you know what I mean? Whatever makes it, something that I can actually spit.
It's kind of like,
I'm decent with that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like I can change my tempo to a certain. I can't go twister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't. Yeah. I can't do that.
But then again, that's just certain people with certain talents. It's like Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Crucial Conflict. They tried.
No, dude. Again,
Smoking on Hay in the Middle of the Barn was okay.
This is where I disconnect from hip hop today, and I'm not shitting on anybody.
I am.
No, hold on. Let me land.
And I'm a big motherfucker, so my shits are big. Yeah.
So, but what I will say is, when we were really listening to music
and writing and performing music,
late 90s, early 2000s, it was a good thing it was the thing to have your own style, your own way of doing things, your own way of
individuality.
If somebody sounded like you called them out for biting your shit. That's what happened. it seems nowadays I turn on the radio most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, it sounds like everybody's trying to sound like everybody else. Like there's entirely too much. I like auto tune as much as the next person in certain spots, not the whole fucking song, everybody's song.
Is that what that is?
And then, you know, once Drake came out, people start everybody trying to do, you know, him. That's that smooth sing rapping and stuff. And then it just it's like nobody wants to have their own style. They want to like, you know, they want to emulate everybody else's style. Or at least that's what it sounds like to me. And that's
you
not
hear
everybody.
his last smooth song. I think Diddy got a hold of him.
Who's that song?
Drake's last song. 21, can you do something for me? 21.
No, I'm not like, I'm not like, I don't have a Drake T-shirt.
No, I'm not saying.
I just know who the man is. I've heard.
I wasn't saying that.
He's obviously successful.
Yeah, of course.
But the point being is that he is like the last one that I can remember that came out that sounded different.
Yeah, I see.
You know what I mean?
Well, I thought he sounded like Lil Wayne. He tried to sound like Lil Wayne.
No. Because
when he first came out, he did.
I don't think so personally, because again, Lil Wayne, nobody sounds like Lil Wayne. He just has a fucking unique voice.
He looked like a gremlin that was wet.
Yeah, he looked like the Before Midnight gremlin.
He looks every minute.
Or before the yeah.
He looks every minute like Scar. He looks every minute like Scar.
Well, yeah, but before he got furry. I mean,
after he got wet.
Yeah, my bad. I had it backwards. So
yeah.
after he got wet, but
he looks every bit of Scar.
Hey man, I'll be a gremlin if I can have his money.
Yeah,
I'm no pretty boy myself, but that being said, no. Drake.
You want to look like an old baby doll that never been washed?
I don't want to, but if that keeps me from like, you know, being a poor broke with nothing, I'll be that.
Okay.
I mean, you know, he could be all that. I highly doubt he sleeps alone unless he wants to.
No, I hear you.
So that being said, like I said, Drake to me is the last one that I've like the last huge artist in hip hop that has come out, and he's kind of a pop, but he's hip hop. You know what I mean?
He's R&B hip hop.
Yeah. He's blended. You know what I'm saying? Which hey man, you're crossed over. But he has his own style.
I would say YB.
People have been emulating that.
I would say YB. YB.
No. Again, I didn't say everybody.
No, I know. No.
Like, but all these kids.
You're saying the last one you can think of. The one I'm thinking of is YB. When I listen to or was it? Is it YB? I'm sure I'm fucking his name up.
See, again, we don't follow music like that. Why is that? Because it's like
it's garbage.
A lot of the time, unless I really, really know the song and new shit, I really, really don't. Mostly, like it all, you know, like. I'm gonna say the wrong name because it sounds like somebody like you know what I mean. It sounds like Drake. It sounds like this person. Oh, that is that the Weeknd? Is that you know what I mean? Shit, can't even tell what the Weeknd look like no more. He look like a cartoon character.
I think Drake was on one of his songs. I think anyway, it don't matter. The Blood Dude. Anyway, it don't matter. Like you said, I don't listen to music enough, but he's another one who's from LA who came out and had his own style. Like for instance, like. Shouts out to Chirac, the guy on the internet, whoever does the Chirac. Shout out to Hood Politics. Shout out to War Stories. Shout out to Swamp Stories. I watch all that shit. And let me tell you something, man. That shit scares me. I grew up in the projects, and some of this shit you guys talk about that's going on, I'm like an old white lady. Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and the shit you're talking about, that part of hip-hop is really, I mean,
those are murderers rapping.
No, it's just, you know, I mean, really, it's gangsters. It's real gangsters doing the song in hip hop.
No, they're murderers rapping.
That's what I'm saying. But they're real gangsters. Yeah. They're killing each other over beefs, but also over the shit they're saying about each other in their music. These motherfuckers are talking about people that they murdered and
it all started
talking about real shit that happened in their music and people
like
killed up behind the music.
It all started over a kid named JoJo, right? So, okay, so forgive me if I get this wrong, forgive me. But I guess it's STL and O Block, but there was something Gardens before that. I know, that's what I'm saying. But Little Durk and someone else, and Chief Keef, I think it was Chief Keef or some other dude, released a song where they were basically, they weren't dissing like hard. They just made it known that we're not from an area. We're from this area. We're not from this area. You know what I'm saying? And we don't fuck with these dudes because they fuck with that area. But it wasn't like damn nigga, really. It wasn't like I didn't think it was, but obviously these cats in Chicago,
right,
took it different because JoJo, rest in peace. JoJo came up with a song called BDK. I guess that, no disrespect, please forgive me, but I guess that's dissing his enemies, and he got killed because of that. And that's how it really. And that's how it became joke. And it's sad. It's a snowball effect because here's the thing, like you're never going to, being a guy who's lost a lot of friends to this bullshit, it doesn't matter what you go do. You're not bringing nobody back.
Nope.
And as much as you sit here and you say, I'm going to slide, I'm going to do this, all you're doing is adding to the pain and grief. Because everything you do to the next man, whether he deserved it or not, that's not for me to judge or say it. Whether he deserved it or not, it's not going to bring back the person you're mourning. It's not. I know.
It ain't always about that.
I know it's not. I know what it's.
It doesn't bring back it. I mean, you know.
Trust me.
It's more of a.
What do I tell you? What do I tell you?
Tit for tat. Like,
still to this day. Rest in peace. He's been gone for how long? What do I say? I give anything to get 2 minutes in the room with that one person.
Exactly.
And it's been over 20 some years.
But again, you know.
So, but
somebody took something dear to you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But I'm not going to go on the streets and rap about it and talk about it.
Well, no, but again.
But it's a different generation.
It's a different generation. This generation grew up doing that.
Yeah.
Grew up listening to people doing that. We can blame a lot of the hip hop we used to fucking bet. You know what I'm saying? That whole East Coast, West Coast shit started this whole. You know what I mean? There were other rap beefs before that, but nothing so big and publicized.
The Bridge.
Where the two major people in the two major heads both died.
What was the very first music beef? It
was over fucking
The Bridge.
South Bronx. South Bronx. Yeah.
But The Bridge came out first.
KRS-One and
but no. The Bridge came out first.
Right, but
and then he said Bronx, South Bronx.
Yeah.
South. So I'm saying that was the very first, and
but
all it
was a hip hop beef.
But it wasn't a beef, a street beef. No. What I'm saying is, once again, like everything. What's the word I'm looking for? Everything progresses. Everything is different, right? Everything evolves. Everything evolves. That's what I'm looking at. So the very first rap beef had nothing to do with rap. It had to be with, hey, homie over here pumping up his part of the city. I'm gonna pump up mine. It wasn't. Like I said, it was a hip hop beef.
We're talking about.
But I'm saying,
actually.
But what I'm saying
like
is,
beef.
what I'm saying is, if we have to go back to the beginning and everything evolves,
that would be the
very first major hip hop beef.
Kind of the beginning of
because nobody, it wasn't over like fighting or gang stuff. It was like, hey, oh, you gonna rep your city like that? You gonna rep your part of the bridge, wherever you from? Okay, I'm from South Bronx.
Well, see, but you gotta understand though, even when it got to the point where NWA came out, okay, they were all about, you know, gangster, right? But you never heard them diss anybody. They, you know what I mean? You never heard them diss anybody. They were just spitting their shit. They weren't out there like, you know, fuck this and fuck him. I guess we gotta say the real first like rap beef would have been when Cube left, and then Easy started fucking because they got into it. I think it was at Jack the Rapper or something. The Lynch Mob. Ice Cube and the Lynch Mob and Ruthless got into a scuffle there. But I mean, that never came down to anybody getting shot. Nobody. It was when Tupac and Biggie and the whole East Coast West Coast thing, fucking Death Row and Bad Boy.
But once again,
and
it was NWA.
The two main figures in that thing were dead within 6 months.
But NWA were the ones who first referred to Ice Cube as Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, that's the first one
that I can know of. That's what I'm saying. No. I agree with you that. But I was just saying that.
But even there, nobody died.
No, I know. I was just saying how everything evolves. Like we were saying, everything evolves. So the very first rap beef was just one dude being like, well, damn, he pumping his side of the city. I just want to pump mine. I'm not mad at you.
Right.
That's cool. But I'm from the South Bronx, South Bronx. So I'm going to rep mine loud and proud while you repping the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Then, if you remember, it was Melly Mel. Melly Mel was going after Rapper's Delight. It was very, very subtle.
but again,
But once again, I'm saying
that's a hip hop.
I know
beef.
that's what I'm saying.
That's,
it involves. And
it's
now
to the point now where
it's just
not only are they killing each other, they're talking about it in their rap,
and they're talking about smoking.
They're talking about So I mean, it's gotten to that point, like, bro. I mean, do you? But like, why don't if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna go out and murder somebody, you know, if you're about that life, be about that life. That's your life to live. But like, if you're gonna go after that and then write a song about it, write your song, record your song. But before you release your song, just go turn yourself in. Because you may as well.
Snitching ass.
You may as well. I don't understand that. That doesn't. I mean, I get, you know, if you're looking for that
it's
clout,
the clout.
If you're in that situation in life where like you can't wait to get to the pen, because there are people like that. They feel like that's graduation day.
Well, once again,
but if you're like that, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Hey, congratulations on your, you know what I'm saying, on your thesis.
Yeah.
You just graduated.
You passed.
You just graduated.
I don't know what the fuck you passed for, but
you know, most of these rappers that do that have so much talent. You could be so much better off in life, your family.
But once here it goes again.
I mean, again,
here it is.
That's from my side of the street where I'm seeing things from.
I agree.
That's, you know what I mean. So I'm not living their life.
It's the same with like, for instance, like, you're never gonna get me to believe, and just it is what it is. A kid from Georgia and a kid from Virginia never grew up in LA, never been in the hood. They're from Fruittown. Now, I would never be able to get past their bodyguards to tell him that to his face. So when you have these rappers these guys like Chris Brown, you're not from fucking Fruittown, homeboy. I know real motherfuckers from Fruittown. I've actually been in Fruittown hood. Never seen you there. You're from Virginia, right? Okay. What's his name? A boy who's never been a soldier? You're from like Georgia, Kentucky? You didn't grow up in LA. But you guys are the marks they love. Them weak ass wannabes that they're taking your money. When I look at things like that, it boils my soul, even though I'm not involved no more, because the shit that I had to do to get my respect from where I'm from. I paid my dues by being out there, and I'm not no hardcore nobody. But I did enough to get my respect when I go back home. So when I see these rappers that I know, like Chris Brown and the boy who's never been a soldier, claim hoods that I know people from, that I know people who've been killed from, yeah, I'd say something to them in front of their bodyguards and tell their bodyguards, nigga, you could get it too. Tekashi, I'll give him this. No. I'll give Tekashi the only thing I'll give Trump. They can lie like a motherfucker, because nothing they ever said, that's the truth, is worth anything to listen to. Because all that shit he was talking about, test my gangster, he purposely never put himself in a position, and then when he did, he got his ass whooped every time.
That dude pummeled him in the fucking gym.
And he got what he deserved.
No, I mean, again, you know, he was the one out there running his mouth saying, I don't roll security.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get at me. Well, you got at you.
And you know what I'm so happy about? You know what I'm so happy about? And I know why they did it. I'm so glad it was two Latinos that did it.
And normally I would be like, that's some punk shit. I mean, just you know, normally, because I mean, again, even in that situation, yeah, you know, it's some punk shit, but at the same time, so has all that running your mouth, because you know the feds are watching you constantly. Nobody's gonna touch you because they know if they do, it's a fucking it's basically a death sentence, because you're giving your life up to kill this man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And who's gonna do that?
Here's the funny thing:
the only people that would feel that that's worth it are in jail right now.
That's what I'm gonna say. Have you heard high nor hair, the two dudes, the son and father who beat him up? We haven't heard nothing about them.
They got arrested.
I know that, but we haven't heard nothing about it.
No, nothing.
Not even preliminary arguments coming up for the two men who assaulted, like nothing. But once again, it goes back to what you were saying. We live in a different time. When it comes to hip hop and music, my sister jumps on my case all the time. Like, you're still listening to Tupac. You're still listening to, yeah, I'm still listening to music that was good. I couldn't tell you, this is my frustration with music. I've probably heard songs from all the people that are on TV. I just couldn't tell you because every song sounds the same.
Yeah. No, that's
that mumble over the are there so just like,
well, no, what basically it's the same cadence, the same rhythm,
nothing,
the same BPM, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mumble shit.
And again, it's not the style, it's the fact that everybody's using it.
There's no originality.
You know what I mean? It's like lyricism has become even rarer. You know what I mean? Yeah. Luckily
Eminem
for us,
the last one.
Luckily for us, we've still got Eminem out there, still putting music out. We still have Snoop putting music out. We still, I don't give a fuck. He's not the same hungry young rapper he was.
I'm not saying that.
But when Snoop wants to put down some shit, Snoop, when he's into it, I mean, come on, man. If somebody kicks him however much it costs to get 16 bars from Snoop on some song that's
500,000, he said.
You know, whatever it is, on just some off-brand song that's probably, you know, the only reason it does anything is because he's on it.
Yeah.
You know, he's not going to put much. He's going to hop in there, freestyle it a couple of times, and call it a day. You know what I mean? But, you know, on some shit that he's working, because, you know, I guess him and Dre are working on some new shit they're about to put out or did put out. I guarantee you that shit is sick. Because Dre ain't putting out bullshit.
That's true, too.
You know what I mean? Because he gets the best out of Snoop.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Well, it goes back to they get the best out of each other.
Well, absolutely.
So yeah, that you know
well, that
just you're right. You're right. You're that. But here's the thing about Eminem.
And 50 and Dre.
Please tell me you heard that new shit he said about Benny Siegel. Oh, he said, "What can I say? And please don't laugh. How the fuck can I go after your?" He said, unlike a giraffe, how can I go after your neck? Because you know Benny don't got a neck. But he basically, like, I can't say it like Eminem, because Eminem makes stuff make sense that should make sense.
Oh no, he's a lyrical genius.
But he basically said, "Don't laugh."
Just because I'm a white dude.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, no, Eminem.
He is just a lyrical fucking genius.
Could you imagine one song? I mean, I could just imagine if we could have ever heard Eminem and Tupac in the studio.
That would have been.
Oh nice. My! Because Tupac would have been Tupac, and M would have been M, and it would have been a collision of errors. Because Eminem is still in that old school mold. It's his style. I'm not switching up because like LL Cool J. One thing I'll give.
The thing about Eminem though is that he's evolved to where like now he doesn't really have a style. Like he's Jeet Kune Do like a motherfucker. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's B Walter. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's Eminem, because you listen to him now. You know, like when Machine Gun Kelly tested him, you know, he came back and with that, just I mean, like,
why not? What? No, why do people test him? Nick Cannon tried it.
Well, yeah, I don't know why you did that, Nick. I mean, I like
Nick. I love you, Nick. I love you, Nick. Hey, I'm a gigolo, always on the go. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit.
I get it. Like, he was talking about your wife.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything actually did happen with him and Mariah. I get it, but at the same time, catch the fade, not the battle, because you lost that battle, Nick. I'm sorry, M's just on a different level. You could beat his ass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Like let y'all.
You know what though?
Little money. That'd be.
You know what though? On that note,
Nick, I think Nick probably got hands.
No, I'm not saying Nick can't fight, but real quick, anybody like Benny Siegel? I mean, not Benny Siegel. Benzino, are you taking your medicine? Because if you think you beat Eminem in anything besides a rap battle, bro, go take your medicine, because you did not beat him. Now, when it comes to Eminem's, just his wordplay, the man rapped a song in Pig Latin, made it make sense, stayed on beat, stayed with the song structure, everything, and everybody's like to me, I was like, we've heard a lot of stuff in music. People do stuff in music. You're like, oh my goodness. But when he broke down that Pig Latin on beat, on rhyme, on time, it was like, because you weren't. Now, Steve Bowers, my man, I've heard you do it.
I've heard you freestyle Pig Latin.
Man, I've never heard nobody freestyling Pig Latin like that. So, Steve Bowers, you are the man. So, I got to say that. That night you were freestyling and you freestyled two songs in Pig Latin.
I've heard him do it.
My man, you dope. But I'm saying, people haven't heard that, Steve. Please put out that song you have in Pig Latin. He has a whole song in Pig Latin.
Sure he does.
Oh, you haven't heard? Oh, he rapped it for me one night at his mom's house. Like, he has a whole song in Pig Latin. Yeah, again, like, that's what I'm saying. That's talent.
You ain't got to tell me.
No, I know. I'm saying, like, Eminem did a verse. Yeah, Eminem did a verse. My boy Steve Bowers got a song, 3 verses, hook, everything, all Pig Latin, and a banger.
I'll bet it is.
Again, well, I know, because I know. I'm saying people out there don't know, but you know. But trust me, Steve Bowers from Reading, that boy, when it comes to rapping, that man is talented beyond talented.
KT.
You know what I'm saying? So we just got through filming the first episode of Breaking Bread with Big Friendly. We have several more episodes scheduled to record. The episode we just recorded will not be released to the end of April. So we already released the promo. Is that what?
Clip.
The promo clip. Q's already uploaded the promo clip to Day One Media on YouTube. Go and smash the subscribe, the like.
We'll just check it out right now.
One man, one camera, one mission.
What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Big Friendly. We're getting ready to shoot the first episode of Breaking Bread with Big Friendly at Riddick Sports Pub. We're out here in the parking lot getting our mind right. We're going to be coming to you soon, so we getting at it.
So, you see, we're starting. So, it's been a long time. That episode of the promo clip you just saw, that episode will be released at the end of April. So, Breaking Bread with Big Friendly, I want to shout out to all the business owners and establishments that are giving us the opportunity and time to enjoy their food on camera and have an adventure. And now my boy Q is going to stand up and show you.
So look, we got the show merch, a little bit of it right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Big Friendly has a cartoon.
Day One on the back. Check it out. Links in the description. As always, QR code.
Right. Hey. And you can see right here on me, Scully Mac Apparel Company. It should be like right around here somewhere. Come on, man. Hit that link in the description. A little bit of change to change the game. That's all we're looking for. So, Q, you got to talk about what you asked me about.
The DW.
Because I did. Because when you
flame walking out.
Yes. Okay. So when you approached me about it, I didn't see it. So I went and watched the episode where Adam said that's. And here's the funny thing to me. The people I know in Long Beach, DW Flame's a real one, and the way he moved in that situation let me know he's a real one. Something he didn't agree with, he didn't just go for it for the bag. He excused himself from the situation and left. Hey, I don't fuck with you like that. Then he came back to let you understand what he doesn't play with. So
some people just don't play like that.
But I did go watch it. I did go watch it, Joe. I did go watch it. So.
Like you called it, man. Like he made the right move. Like it was like I guess his homies were hitting him up, or people, not his homies, but people that see it.
He said his brother or something like that?
Brother, he said his brother probably wouldn't.
He said lucky his brother wasn't here or something like that. Yeah.
But it was, I think it was like comments where people were like, oh, you should have slapped him.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck you, dude. You know what I mean? Like, he knows that Adam didn't mean like that he's a bitch.
Yeah.
But what, like he said, I'm off that hand dog. You know what I mean? Like I can't, like, if I even, like, he didn't even look at Adam.
No, he just
like, he looked down at the floor, kind of looked up, and then got up and walked away. Because if he locked eyes with him, now I gotta say something. If I say something, I'm probably gonna do something. So big ups to you.
Big ups.
You know what I'm saying? That's a man shit. Because you know what I mean? This shit ain't worth you catching a charge over. Like he said, like, like, I'm known to crash out, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to create a viral moment. I end up in jail. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's got shit he needs to be out for.
Yeah.
Not that don't make him not gangster.
The best thing I liked what he said is the reason why DW, my man, I ain't never had no respect for you, but I always have respect for you because the people I know got respect for you. And you know the people I know. Just trust me. But the way you handled yourself is how a real one handles himself. And the reason why Adam talked to him like that is because Soft as Mortar Baby and Dull, he can talk to like that. You even heard Soft as Mortar Baby. Dull.
You can call Sharp Dull.
Dull. Soft as Mortar Baby even admitted, oh, me and the homies talk like that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I love the voice you do for that motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, he cool, homie. He just... No, it's not cool. Just because you like attending Diddy parties and being in the room where Diddy and them are, Soft as Mortar Baby, don't mean everybody does. And you, Dull, I seen you was on nice. Like the dog catcher was in the room. You was sitting there so proper and so smoking your blunt like you were smoking a motherfucking cigarette.
He was smoking a cigarette.
You were so fucking scared.
It was a cigarette.
Oh, was it a cigarette? Oh, okay. You were so fucking scared because a real man was talking.
I don't think he was scared because he wasn't in harm.
That nigga knew not to say nothing out of line.
I mean, I think everybody in the room knew not to say nothing out of line.
But they would talk like that to anybody else, though.
Well,
he would have. Shark would have had something. Dole would have had something to say to somebody else.
Well,
homie, you could have just. Homie, you could have just.
Maybe. But again, like, in that situation, he didn't have a reason to fear DW because, I mean, they don't have a problem.
I'm not saying that.
But you know what I mean? So
he always got something to say to everybody.
He always does, but not to everybody. That's my point.
Not to anybody he knows that'll whoop that ass.
He was on there earlier after that, or I think it was today, this morning before I came over.
You just say what you gotta say, homie. You just say what you gotta say, homie. Shut your bitch ass up.
It was
making every nigga from San Diego look bad, and I got niggas I rock with from San Diego.
It was Brick and Sharp. I think it was. I don't know if they did it yesterday, but it was after the DW came in and talked.
Yeah.
And Sharp was like talking about something like it wasn't necessarily. I mean, they talked about DW, but like they were saying something about Sharp was trying to say like, you know how I am out in these streets. I don't just, you know what I'm saying. I act like, I don't crash out here, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm like that. No, like that. Like, you've been out there with me. And, of course, maybe signing off on it. Now, Sharp, maybe. I don't know. But I've never seen him on camera get bad with anybody but a woman and
that
a couple of little white dudes.
That little kelpie pit.
That's it.
Yeah, Sharp.
Like if I stood up and walk out and you jumped up like that, Sharp, I would fire. You catch a 3-piece, a biscuit, a side of gravy, a side of motherfucking mac and cheese,
and a doggy bag to take home, your bitch ass.
Like that. Like I'd be the wrong one. Now I might lose, but you're gonna catch that. With that, you gonna hop up on the wrong white boy one day, and that's gonna be that thinking you're bad because you misjudged somebody's skin color.
Yeah,
in the story.
It just once again, though,
and don't get me wrong, they knew both them. He knew all them dudes. Aside from their skin color, they were. I mean, they smelled chump.
Man, here's the funny thing about it.
But like I said, have that same energy with somebody who is your size or bigger.
Because he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight.
We were just arguing off camera.
Yeah.
What was we don't. I'm not. I mean, we ain't never gonna fight. But
I was
like,
being an asshole.
There ain't shit.
I was being an asshole. He let me know I was being an asshole.
Between us that either one of us won't stand on as men.
Yeah.
And that's how men handle shit. So I just don't respect that shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't like to take shit from anybody, man, woman, child. It's not my thing. But at the same time, just because I don't take shit from you don't mean I'm trying to jump up on you, or jump up on you or intimidate you or like come on, man.
But you never been that type of person though.
But he's a pimp.
I ain't no pimp.
Yeah, no, but that's not me. I'm not a like I'm a defensive person. I'm not an offensive person.
How does Dole say he really like that in the street? He moves like that when he wanted to set up a fake fight with Wacky 100.
But when you're talking about that though, you know,
why we bringing up old shit, right? But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this would be the easiest case to try as a prosecutor. This nigga's soft. Pillsbury before it goes in the oven ain't as soft as these niggas coming out the can. And that shit is soft and sticky. This nigga Dole sat there, nigga, like, once again, D-Dub, nothing but respect, bruh. You move like a real one. Everything you said like a real one. That soft as mortar, baby, that nigga ain't your friend. He fake, he ain't real. The nigga snitched on himself to his girl on camera. This is the most self-snitching.
You know what? I did not even mention that.
I had to be played dumb because my girl, even though I knew I was going. Nigga, shut the fuck up on camera. Thank you. She probably sitting in the fucking off camera.
Now, the answer to that's going to be like, I don't give a fuck. You gave a fuck before you left?
Right? You gave a fuck to light her on the phone?
No.
Soft as mortar, baby. Big friendly. Holla at me. I'm not a hard man to find. And don't trip. I touch down in Long Beach all the time. Like I said, soft as mortar, baby. Big friendly. Get at me. A nigga's not afraid of you. And especially Dole. You two niggas, the reason why Adam talked to a real one like that, because you two fake and phonies, let him talk to you like that. And D-Dub had to let him know how you don't talk to men. You fruity ass niggas going to them Diddy parties, going to those porno parties. Adam 22 is on camera walking down the street with bisexual male porn stars. But y'all going to parties. And listen, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying this. In the words of Corey Holcomb, you niggas into that backdooria type stuff. Because anybody who's hanging out with homosexuals, and I don't care your sexual preference, baby, do you. Do what you want to do behind closed doors. No Diddy. That's just not my cup of tea. I prefer oatmeal raisin, not that kind of cookie. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this. When you, soft as mortar, baby, admitted to going to those porno parties, come on, bruh. You over there looking at them too. You admitted to going to Diddy parties too. Yeah, homie. We know why your voice is messed up now. Bitch ass nigga.
Oh shit, you know that's funny. I see T-Rail talking about that too. I don't know if he was clowning or whatever, but he said that motherfucker said he spent like 3 days at one of Diddy's houses in Miami.
Who did?
T-Rail. I was
I didn't know
because he I see something about Tyga.
So yeah.
So, but anyway, that he ended up,
that's the thing I was talking about when I go back.
Like, I hope they ain't got cameras all over that place, and they were like, why? He was like, well, they ain't got no like weird like that stuff. He's like, they might have caught a motherfucker in there jerking off. I was like what?
So T-Rail.
What?
T-Rail.
You jerking off?
Another one. I mean, shit.
You gotta get it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I walked in a room and I seen a certain actress getting fucked, I may have to. There's certain actresses.
My instant reaction would be, oh, my bad.
Q. When I worked at the clubs.
But still.
Did I not always be like, what'd you always say? Friendly, you the only one I know
you a voyeur.
That's what I was saying.
But, you know what I mean? You're a voyeur. But, so far,
if somebody gonna tell you they're gonna go have sex in the parking lot, I'm not gonna go look. I'm a bouncer. You don't go tell me you're gonna go do something and think I'm not gonna. Oh, girl was bad. I
Because you
wanted.
was hoping you'd be able to crack the window and stick your little carrot in there and
Hey, I was
get
trying
a
to
nibble. You
hey.
nasty motherfucker.
I would be lying if I didn't say the cinnamon stalker was trying to make an appearance. Right? That's it. That was me. But
Smelling Diddy
the,
in this
the
motherfucker.
funniest one
It's
was on
smelling real
the
bad
funniest
ways to
one
this
I
motherfucker
told
right
you.
now.
The funniest one I told you is when the girl and guy asked me where to go, and I told them, and then I went and watched, and old girl looked me in the face the whole time. That was like, I don't know who was more should be more ashamed, me or her, because we never. But anyway, but back to the dull and the softest mortar baby. If you guys are always talking about you're not snitching, but you snitch on television. You said on the camera, "Oh, I was lying to my." So here's the thing: he self snitches all the time. He is the best first 48 actor I've ever seen anywhere because he self snitches on everything. But once again,
yeah, that was a dumb move talking about
fucking idiot,
baby mama.
But once again, Adam
That bitch
22.
ain't never gonna let you leave the house.
It's the same reason why. It's the same reason why AD ain't there no more and T-Rail ain't there no more. There were certain ways you couldn't talk to them. They weren't going to take it. Now they're off doing their own shit and they're successful. Soft as mortar baby and dull, he can talk to them like that. That's why he felt he could talk to D-Dub like that. And D-Dub said it. Don't do that. Because when anybody says, I don't mean to be rude, I don't mean to be disrespectful, means they're about to be rude and disrespectful.
Yeah, he was like,
so Deep said, don't do that. Because I already know.
Did it anyway.
And exactly. Once again, because Adam is used to being able to do.
But because they have to understand. I don't think DW really understood until that moment.
And that's when he said, I don't fuck no jumper. I don't need no jumper.
Well,
he said,
if I gotta do all this weird shit,
fuck no jumper.
Fuck no jumper.
You know he was dissing all those people. He was sitting right there.
At that moment, he realized, okay, this dude is really willing to say anything to anybody for content. He was hoping that I would crash out some
in a sick, twisted way.
And in a way, I mean, again, it's not like it's stupid because, like he said, if I wanted to, I could have done anything I wanted to you, and nobody here could have stopped.
Nobody.
And I mean, come on, like at the end of the day, even if security jumps on him, 2 or 3 of them, and hold him down or whatever. No, just listen to me. He's already beat on Adam for a good 2-3 seconds. That's a lot. That's a nice meal.
You heard what he said. That's the first time he moved without somebody.
Right.
So usually he's there with somebody. So now it's starting to make sense that Adam was playing chess, not checkers. I don't think Adam
was there with his girl.
But what I'm saying is, the last few times, because he said it, he said, my brother wasn't here like last time. My brother wasn't going to be going for that. When he said that. So right there, if his brother was there, his brother's security might have moved, but just like my brother, you move on my brother, I'm moving on you. Same thing with you. If we're somewhere, vice versa, it's happened.
Okay.
When you're doing something and something, I move. If I'm doing something and something, you move. So it's a natural reaction. So if we go with what D-Dub says, then Adam is more of a fucking chump for saying it.
I'm not denying
no, I know. But I'm saying for saying that shit when he knew he only had a girl with him there. Not saying that D-Dub is a punk. Not saying he's a punk.
No, but my point is that when you go to work there, I'm not mad at anybody who goes to work for another.
Hey, go get your bag. Go get your bag.
But I will say this: no, and be ready and be willing.
You have to give up your self-respect,
self-dignity. No, to be goaded into situations where you're going to either be the aggressor or be aggressed against. Like you're going to be put in situations where, because why else are you valuable unless you create like viral moments, clips? It's all about views and subscriptions. It's all about that money. That's what it is. And I ain't mad at him for that, but at a certain point, I don't feel sorry for these motherfuckers working for him when they get fucked over. Like, how do you not know? Did you not watch any of these previous videos of them the last couple of years? Come on, man.
And Adam 22 is the real culture vulture. He don't give a fuck about us. He wouldn't give two fucks. That's why he brings up shit, brings up hood beefs. Come on now. Real ones like D-Dub. D-Dub, nothing but respect, because I've never heard you talk hood politics on that show. Adam talks about shit he should never talk about. Shit that niggas don't talk about outside the hood meetings. D-Dub, you know what a hood meeting is. Can you please explain a hood meeting to Soft as Mortar Baby and Dull? Because them niggas don't know what a real hood meeting is. Them niggas probably don't even know what a hood day is. So when you have these men, and I agree with you, go get your bag. Soft as Mortar Baby, Dull, go get your bag. But you let me know that you as men are willing to sacrifice your integrity and sacrifice your self-dignity for some fucking money. All this shit, me and this man work jobs. This is all out of our own pockets. One thing we said, what I tell you, Q, when we started this shit, ain't nobody telling us what to do. If we gonna argue, it's between me and you.
Yep.
Ain't nobody. We don't make no money on this. Oh well, but ain't somebody gonna be sitting here behind us holding money over our head? Man, fuck out of here with that shit. And Soft as Mortar Baby, you actually smarter than that. That's why I'm mad at you. You highly fucking intelligent. You don't need pedophile 22. You don't need him. You don't need Adam 16.
I think it's the drugs.
Homie, you don't need him. And Dole, you need Adam. You need every bit of Adam 22. You need him because you ain't shit. But Soft as Mortar Baby, my man, you could break off and you could be something, bro. You're too fucking intelligent. Get the fuck away from Adam 16. Leave him in Dole. And D-Dub, get away too, bruh. Hey, forgive me if I'm out of line, but man, I'm telling you, that motherfucker's trying to get y'all locked up for his content and his account. Point blank, period. He don't give a fuck about AD. He don't give a fuck about T-Rail. And if it wasn't for those two, no jumper wouldn't be fucking jumping. Am I lying, Q?
And now we pass the collection plate.
You know what I'm saying?
Deacon, get it over there. Get it over there.
Get over there. Deacon. You know what I'm saying? But
No,
forgive me.
I
Hey,
get you.
forgive me.
I
You
get
know,
you.
I'm just saying, man, as a man, like I said, man, I buried people in this. When you hear me talk, most of the people I talk about have gone. Rest in peace, man. So when I see you guys on TV, on the homies, on the hood, that means something to me. I don't know if it means the same to you, if it can just be words, because these people who are out in Kansas, Dairyville, South Dakota, places that don't know gangs, it sounds good to them. But real motherfuckers who come from it, we understand you ain't shit. You an actor. The moment those cameras cut, you probably like, well, Adam, what are you going to do tonight? I think I'm going to take my wife home and have some wine. That's you niggas when the cameras go off. I'm sorry, Q. I ain't trying. I'm sorry, Q. I'm sorry.
Pardon me. Would you happen to have any Grey Poupon?
Right? Yeah, you a Grey
But
Poupon
the-
mustard eating ass motherfucker, man. You don't eat the yellow Frank's mustard, motherfucker. You eating that Dijon shit. Oh, and you know what? Once again, Day One Media. Hit the subscription button. Hit the like button. Hit the notification. Smash that shit. Attack it like Dole attacks women. Just, but with more finesse, because we don't get down like that. But just hit the subscription.
Diddy those buttons.
Diddy those buttons.
Diddy those
You know what I'm
buttons.
saying? Just touch them, feel them, rub them, get to know them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Breaking Bread with Big Friendly. More episodes coming. More episodes of Q and Big Friendly, The Real Spit. We're going to be having some special guests coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, we still getting our shit right. Till next time.
Peace out.